Hi everyone, Marlene here, and welcome to my channel. As part of the series 30 Days of Insights, I would like to share insight number 3 with you today. It's actually quite a personal revelation for me. As I mentioned, I am sharing these insights as part of my personal journey of transformation and change and self-discovery. And so today I wanted to share with you an insight that I had about the things that we fear, the things that we run away from, the things that we tell ourselves, I just don't like it, or I just don't enjoy it. And I realized today, with something quite personal and something quite important, that I had been twisting myself into all sorts of shapes in order um, to avoid a particular situation, a particular circumstance, a particular environment. And I realized that the only real reason why I didn't want to be with this group of people is because I was afraid of what emotions, tensions, anxieties that situation was stirring up in me. And so I told myself the story of, I just don't like it, I prefer to be somewhere else. But the reality is, I had to face within myself that I run away from things that make me uncomfortable, people that make me uncomfortable, and we all do it, and we rationalize um, our turning away, our running away, our wimping out. We all rationalize it in certain ways, but for me, it was a big um, aha moment when I was just thinking about all the things that I would have to reorganize, work around, inconvenience myself and other people, just so that I can avoid this situation that I've been avoiding for a long time, really. And so that's the one thing. And then stemming from that is the realization that if I can bring myself to face this fear, this challenging situation, if I can bring myself to walk up to it and move through it, experience it, be present for whatever the feelings, the discomfort, everything that comes up, if I can be present enough in that experience, I can see what potential, what gift that experience has for me. And so that's what I did. I took a few deep breaths and I decided that I was going to move ahead. I was going to go through and meet with the people that I was quite uncomfortable meeting. And I realized that the fear of the discomfort was so much bigger than the actual experience of being in this uncomfortable situation. It didn't make the discomfort go away completely, but I realized that it was really insubstantial compared to the story that I had made up in my head. Yes, it was not, a walk in the park, but I made it through. I didn't die. I didn't break my leg. Nothing major happened, and I realized that there are probably hundreds of other situations, hundreds of other stories I've been telling myself about why I don't want to do this, or why I don't want to do that, or be with this other person, or try this other thing. And that story that we've told ourselves about the why not is probably several hundred times bigger than the actual experience, uncomfortable or not, of going through the challenging situation. So I think that today's insight just awakened me to um, a very practical, very in your face realization of how powerful the things we run away from can be in our transformation, in our journey for becoming our better selves, for becoming our best selves. That job that you think is way beyond you, that you're not qualified for, and so you're not going to apply. You're telling yourself that, I'm not qualified for it anyway, so why should I bother? That is a story you're telling yourself because you are too afraid to find out what's going to happen if you do apply. And what if you do get the job and you go in there feeling underqualified or unqualified? That is what we are really afraid of. I'm also realizing that this notion of the fear of success, maybe the underlying issues really the fear of we talk about the fear of failure, but really the underlying issue is the fear of what happens if it actually works out. What happens if it works out and I get there and I don't know what to do next? So yeah, I think that not necessarily confronting our fears, but to take a curiosity approach to our fears, to the things that we tell ourselves we don't want to do for whatever reason, is an interesting way of approaching it and seeing if this fear or this thing that you've been avoiding for however long has any lessons, any gifts, any insights to give to you. So I hope that this insight is useful to you and that you can find areas in your own lives where this might be of applicability. So have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you.